Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. Sunday is the anniversary 19 years ago, would you believe it, of the death of John Thaw. John Thaw, one of the most popular British television actors. In fact, he came third in a poll behind David Jason and Morecambe and Wise. There was something about his many parts, but particularly the times when he played Morse, that really endeared him to a huge majority of the British population. And I was wondering what it was that perhaps made him such a fine actor. And it must be something to do with the way he dealt with what life threw at him. And I was wondering how you deal with what life throws at you, how I deal with it. One of the ways I think John Thaw did was just by making a joke. Apparently he had a habit, if things got awkward on the set or needed lightning, he would burst into singing and The Sun Has Got His Hat On, and with an accompanying tap dance. But if it wasn't joking, it might sometimes apparently have been the opposite. He declared himself to be an introvert, and occasionally that must have made him a little bit brusque. Tom Courtenay describes a meeting with him when they were both students in the queue in the canteen, and John Thaw was wearing a grey sweater and quotes, "a manner that did not invite conversation." I think we know what that means. And Tom Courtenay says that all he got for his pains in trying to start up a conversation was a grunt. But gruffness can be disguising a lot going on inside an introvert's mind. Or maybe we deal with what life throws at us just by ignoring the difficult bits. Apparently that was one of his techniques. Sheila Hancock, his wife, says that if something didn't please him, he just turned his back on it. And that is a technique some of us are capable of doing. Others find things weigh on us a bit more than that. And certainly I'm guessing here, but I imagine he put a lot of it into the creativity that he brought to his acting, that he used the experiences of his life to help him to be so human and so real in the people that he portrayed on screen. And then, of course, there was the business with Sheila, the love that he and his wife had for each other, and the support that she, who, by the way, is her birthday's on Monday. Happy birthday, Sheila, if you're watching. But she said that that he had a really loving way about him. And I think we learn a little bit about John Thaw from what he said about Morse. He said that the trouble with Morse was that he thought that he could exist on his own, and he only discovered right at the end that he couldn't. I'm sure John Thaw knew much longer than that he needed people like Sheila to share his problems with. So whether it's joking, or whether it's being introvert and gruff, or whether it's throwing ourselves into our work, or just plain ignoring it, or finding support from people who love us, it's worth stopping today just to give a thought to how we deal with what life throws at us. Because I think what we're aiming to do, what we want to achieve in the way that we deal with things like that, is to be loving. John Thaw had a hard beginning to his life. His mother left him when she died when he was 7, and he grew up not knowing a lot about what love meant. But Sheila Hancock bears witness to the fact that as an adult he really had learned to love, and she describes that as a mega achievement. I think it's a mega achievement for all of us if we can overcome what life throws at us and continue to be loving, especially if we can use what life throws at us in order to make us more loving people in whatever way is right for us.